Let's talk about flutes. So when we talk about flutes, the important thing is this. When the vessel and the moment are more important than what goes into the vessel, that's when you need a flute. A flute is not ideal for, say, tasting, okay? A flute is not ideal for enjoying it with a meal, okay? That's not what the flute is for. The flute is a statement, and it is a beautiful statement. And I'll tell you, I love my flutes. A couple of rules about flutes. Rule number one, when possible, they should always be crystal. Lead crystal. Now I get it. I know lead, poisoning, blah, blah, I get it. And it's real. I totally understand. But I'm a biologist by education. I know a little bit about chemistry. Just a little, okay? In order for lead to leach out of a glass, it would have to sit in that glass for like 150 years. And if you're pouring a glass of champagne and leaving it in a glass for that long, shame on you. The reality is, they're fine. The benefit to crystal, not just glass, but crystal, is its ability to draw it out very, 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 very thin. And that makes for a beautifully light, a beautifully elegant glass. Like this one. I love this glass. Hand blown, handmade. That is a flute. It's gorgeous. I love this thing. It's not too tall. Some flutes are really tall, and I think that's obnoxious. This is elegant. This is subtle. This is a beautiful, beautiful glass. It's an orifice, and they are expensive. But when you hold one of these in your hand, you understand why. And the price, all of a sudden, becomes not relevant. Care with this glass because it is pulled very, very thin. It is very, very delicate. It will not survive a drop. This is a glass that you hold. I hold my glasses like that. That's how I hold my glasses. That's just me. Everybody holds them differently. This way I know even if I take two fingers off, I still have control over the glass and it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, but the orifice flute, one of my all-time favorites. Let's talk about a different flute. Now, this is a beautiful glass. I like this one. It is a little bit bigger than the orifice. It is a little bit more sturdy. Okay, like you when you hold this, like you will not forget you're holding this. Like it's there. It's a solid piece of glass. It is crystal. I keep pinging them for one reason. Crystal will ring out, whereas glass will clunk. Crystal sings. Now this glass, you can find it in almost any liquor store, and believe it or not, you can find this in Target. Okay, they're Rydell. They're beautiful glasses, awesome. And I would say spend the $30 on 4 of these, and the rest of your money on champagne. Now, this was a gift to me. They're engraved. You can't see it, and I have 2 of them. It says, Daryl's 50th birthday, 1/6/23. This was a gift from my daughter. Let me tell you a little bit about my daughter. My daughter is a hockey player. She's a goalie. And she's a prodigy. Every parent says it. Every parent says, my kid's this, my kid's that. My kid's a prodigy. She glove catches pucks and just drops them. She's awesome. And she's at that age now where she is developing a sense of maturity, developing a sense of what it means to be a human being. And I think even subconsciously, she's realized, well, Dad has dedicated his whole life to his kids and their interests, and they're this and they're that. But all of a sudden, Dad's got this champagne thing that Dad is really interested in. My daughter, God bless her soul, she is constantly giving me champagne gifts because she knows it's what I like. And it's her way of saying, Dad, I'm listening to you. And Dad, I care. This was a gift from my beautiful daughter. These are Linux. These are, listen to that. That is crystal. That is beautiful. This glass, you will find this in higher end department stores. You will find these in higher end shops because these are very heavy. This is the heaviest glass I own. I've got beer steins that weigh less than this. This is very heavy. So be very careful with these because you will think because of its heaviness, it can get out of control. It really can. And the beauty of it is their thickness, so they can be engraved. These are more for weddings. That's what this is for. This is a wedding. You know, it's very large. It's very big. And for my 50th, I'll say this: this thing was never empty because this is the glass I had for my 50th. Anyway, beautiful glass. It is absolutely stunning. And when you polish them up, it's just a lot of crystal. And that's what is amazing. It's just a lot of crystal, and I love that. So this is an awesome glass. Keep on trucking. All right. This one. This is. I got a bone to pick with this glass. I really do. Structurally, it is beautiful. It is hand-blown, handmade crystal. It is beautiful. It feels so nice in your hand. It is just a beautiful glass. And then it drops the ball on you. One thing about this glass is absolutely terrible, and it's a game changer, a game ender. And sadly, it is its most beautiful aspect. If you look very carefully, you will see that it is lined with 14 karat gold. Now you're going to say, wait a minute, gold's non-reactive. It is reactive. It is reactive, unfortunately. And the thing about this glass is when you put this to your lips, champagne and gold don't go together. It gives you an off taste and it gives you an off experience. And I was very upset because this wasn't a cheap glass. But that being said, it is stunningly beautiful. And this is the one that is just, I'm not a fan of. But hey, you know what? Like I said, when the vessel is more important than what goes in it. Okay? Lastly, another orifice. Now, that's a glass. That's a flute. That is absolutely amazing. It is beautiful. It is elegant. It is light. It is when you want the world to pay attention to you, you want to hold this glass in your hand. This is beautiful. Now, we're going to do an experiment. I'll take that glass. And we're going to take my tasting glass, which is also an orifice. They're the same family. They're the same family of glass. This is a flute. This is a Grand Cru. This is specifically designed to have champagne in it. This is specifically designed to taste champagne. So what I want to do is I've got a little bit of the Philippa left over. I shouldn't say a little bit, I've got a lot of it left over. I'm starting to realize that this is relating to the shape of the glass. And if you notice, they're all flutes, but their shape is different, okay? This one is more angular, more straight lines. This one is more uniform down to the very bottom. This one is more, you know, like this one is more, how can I say it without being potentially like offensive? This one is like a female. This has just got a beautiful line to it. It's got a beautiful shape to it. It's amazing. This one is kind of like a guy. Very straight lines, very to the point, end of story. Let's get in and out. This one is kind of like, you know what, I'm right in the middle. And I respect that. I really do. I respect this one. This one is smack dab in the middle. But on the palate, it's in the middle. The difference is in its shape. That's what we're finding. So when we look at all these beautiful glasses over here, okay, obviously the Grand Cru is going to give you everything, okay? If you're looking for a flute that you can have that is going to actually let you taste your champagne, go with one that has more balanced lines to it, okay? Stay away from the ones that are too linear, too straight line. Don't get me wrong, this is a beautiful glass, but it's very straight line. And stay away from the ones that are just designed for pure beauty. This is the most beautiful glass, but you pay for that. Anyway, thank you all again we're talking about glasses part 2. I hope it was enjoyable for you guys. Drop a comment, let me know how you felt about the flutes. I love my flutes, I really do. Anyway, thank you all again. And as always, hey, this is the best job a guy could have. And I'm not going to ever complain. Champagne every day. Thank you.